Damn you, YouTube! Damn you to hell! Welcome everybody to the Tardis zone on this Wednesday evening. Hope to find you all well. So I decided just before it come live on here that I'd surprise a few people and do a little gaming stream on my other channel. I was playing Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, here's the thing that annoys me, right? I do see all these big gamers, right, playing games on YouTube, right? Everything does be fine, right? The streams are still up. There's a fella that I follow, Mark Goldbridge is his name. He does FIFA 20 videos, and all these videos are up, right? I do a 20-minute video on Black Ops 3 Zombies, and guess what's at the happening? They're at the taking down and blocking the video, bloody video, haven't they? So can someone please explain to me, because I don't know how these other idiots are getting away with it, but as soon as I do something, I'm getting flagged. Can anybody actually tell me what I can do to get around this? Because what's the point of having the opportunity to stream on YouTube while you're playing your games if they're going to just take down your bloody videos? It's ridiculous, man. So if anybody knows how I can get around this, let me know, because it's actually annoying me. I was enjoying that and all. I haven't played that game in over a year. So it was nice to put it on and have a couple of games. Played on my own. So I don't know. It's actually weird now, but I know you're saying it's YouTube algorithm, Super John, but that doesn't negate the fact that there's actually Black Ops 3 streams up on YouTube, like, and I do one and it gets pulled down. So how are they able to keep their streams up? That's what I'm asking. I need to know how they're able to keep them up, because, you know, that's what I want to do on that channel. I want to be able to do games and other stuff and all. Someone asked me, could I do Mario stream? Now I'd have to probably set that up different, because obviously I don't have Mario on the PS, because I don't have a Nintendo. So I don't have the Nintendo, whatever it is, where Switch now, is it Switch now or whatever, right? I don't have one of those Wii's either that has the Mario. I've got the classic Mario on one of those things that you get 500 games in one or something. So I have that, but I'd have to use the laptop to put the TV on the screen, because it's not, you know, it's not so I don't know what it is, but if anybody does know, let us know, because it's actually, you know, it was actually fun to do. I'm going to do another one anyway. You can take it down. I'm going to do another one anyway. So if you want to join me after this stream, well, a half an hour maybe after, I just have to go and have a shower and stuff and whatever. But if you want to join me, we'll do another one. But do you know what? I don't know. I might try FIFA 20 just to see, because I know one fella does it. And I just want to see if they'll pull my video. Or maybe it's just certain games now. But does anybody know? Is there anybody out there that games on YouTube can tell me why my video was taken down? Now, while we're waiting to see if I get a reply, let's talk about the latest Doctor Who news. So Manip Gill put up a post. They basically say that all TV recording basically was put on halt. So what does that mean about Doctor Who? Well, Doctor Who wasn't supposed to be filmed until September, but with everything else now getting pushed back, it looks like Doctor Who could well be pushed back. But here's the question that everybody's been asking. What does that mean? And Matrix Lord brought this up, and it's a valid point. What does that mean for Jodie Whittaker's contract? You know, if they're delayed, will our contract, you know, become null and void? Will they just basically carry on and just film the series when they can and then release her? Because we don't know whether she has any other work lined up after she leaves. So that's the thing. She could have something lined up. And remember, the other guys have stuff lined up. Well, we know Tolson Cole and Bradley Walsh aren't returning anyway. But everything is going to be pushed back now. Best thing about it is could you put on the light, please? Fast. Sorry for a minute. You might hear me scream now.
Probably not, because we'll set it off. Teddy, come here. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, I'm after doing it again, and this time there's no salvage in it.
Well done.
That's it. That is it. Oh my god. It's gone. Knock off the light. Knock off the light. It's gone. Knock off the light.
Please. You meant please, right?
Oh, this day just keeps getting worse. So, as I said, filming is going to be pushed back. I honestly don't really give a crap, to be honest with you. You know, it is Dr. Hill. It's finished. But it is going to be interesting to see if she actually fulfills our contract now. But how do you guys feel about everything now being pushed back? Obviously, the reality. So we're really facing something here that's unprecedented. And of course, TV is going to suffer greatly, and there's not going to be there's not going to be much, there's not going to be any new stuff made now. So whatever they filmed and recorded, they're obviously going to catch up on all that, right? And then obviously we will be getting repeat TV. I hope they repeat TV from the 80s and the 90s. That'll be brilliant, because that's when TV was actually good. Actually, all the TV networks should take this opportunity to actually go and do that. And they will see how popular those shows actually are, and then they'll see how to write. And I do believe that this coronavirus thing is going to be, you know, I think after it's been, I think the wokeness, this woke business is going to die very fast now. Very fast. I think already. Actually, I wanted to talk about something as well. Very funny. So where's this article actually? Because Cheryl tried to find an article on it, but there is an article on it, so I'm going to get it up anyway. So yeah, Disney. It's either Disney or Marvel. Is it Disney or Marvel? But one of them has lost the plot. Right, where's this article? I'll give you all a shout out now in a minute, guys. Just give us a second. But I'm actually peed off about that stream now, because everybody was enjoying it. And then I only figured out that the mic wasn't on all along. And then someone, I fixed it. I was able to fix it. Actually, it's annoying now. Right, where's this? No, it's not down that far, is it? Oh, the tweet is unavailable. Why? What's happened? Did you delete it? I'll tell you, there's a vile little individual out there. You know who they are, because we've spoke about them, but I won't talk about them on this channel, but has decided to go after Marie and have a go at Marie. This yoke calls himself a fan channel, yeah? And he goes around slating everybody, especially those that have defended me these last couple of days, which I want to give a shout out to everybody that has actually had me back. I really appreciate it. For those that have been with me from the beginning, know that this is old news and that this is something that they're just trying to dig up again. Obviously, because their channels are not doing well, and you know, me channel's catching up on a certain channel out there. I think they're starting to get worried, and they should, because my channel continues to grow. And that's because I put out content that the fans basically like. And, you know, they know from me you're not going to get any bullshit. Right, I'm going to show you something funny first, right? Because with all the shit that's going on in the world, we need something funny, right? Now, I'm going to show you this. This only happens in Ireland, right? This only happens in Ireland, folks, right? This kind of behavior, right? This only happens in Ireland. Right, he's ready for this. Get ready for this. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. Get back there. Don't pause that. Pause. Right, can you see it on the screen there? Yeah, you can. Right, watch this. Only in Ireland. Oh, only in Ireland. Oh, he's looking at that. What's happening here? Oh, the media could not be played. Get away. There it is there. Look at this. Only in Ireland, guys. Only in Ireland. Big bird, big bird.
Where'd you get that, Mom?
Big bird.
Where'd you get that, Mom?
Big bird.
Where'd you get that, Mom?
Big bird. Right, so that's only in Ireland, right? So, hold on now. There's something else I wanted to show you. I spin myself right round. Do. What is wrong? Has anybody noticed since everything's gone to shit that Twitter accounts, YouTube, yeah, it seems to have all, that's what I mean. You don't realise the amount of people that are actually in the background looking after all these sites because they've gone to shit. Right, where's this other thing? There was something else I wanted to show you. Did they? Oh, here it is. No, it's not. Where is that article? I put it on my page this morning before I went to bed, actually. So it should be the first post there, and it's not. Why? Oh, there it is. Right, so this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Right, before I get this article up, I'll give a few shout outs first before we get too long into the stream. So tonight we have, and actually do us a favor, moderators, if you could, during this stream, throw up my second channel, the Irish Geek. So guys, please subscribe to that channel also, because I'll be doing a lot more things on that channel as well. So the Irish Geek is the name of the channel. So Daniel, we've got Chuckzilla, we've got Marie. Hey Marie, don't mind him. He's an idiot. Chuckzilla. Don't mind Ted, he's just acting the bollocks because for no reason whatsoever he was fine. Charlotte is here, the Arithmetic Critic is here. Super John, Travels in Time. Lone Wolf, Jack is here. Crystal, sorry, it's just he's actually doing me head in. Rob Downs, Crusader. There's no need for it. He was actually fine before we started streaming. Chuckzilla is here. Facebook user here as well. Welcome. If you want to tell us who you are. We'll give you a shout out there. I wasn't calling Teddy an idiot. All hail Cheryl. Yeah, let's all hail Cheryl.
Yeah, because you didn't get credit for Big Bird.
Yeah, you don't get credit for Big Bird.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody gets credit for Big Bird except Big Bird.
You wouldn't even see it.
Right. So if this is true, this is how these people, they still haven't learned their lesson. Right, can everybody see that on the screen? I wouldn't know because my computer is acting the bastard here.
Yeah.
Right. Right, everything was working fine until... Right, so oh, for fuck's... Let's start again. Marvel Comics introduces new non-binary superhero character Snowflake. as part of the woke New Warriors lineup. Marvel is Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah, but you did.
Disney owns Marvel. Same thing. Marvel Comics released a brand new trailer introducing their new Warriors lineup that includes a superhero called Snowflake and his non-binary twin called Snowflake. And this article is from Bounding Into the Comics, by the way. I'd like to thank them because they did a little, they gave me a shout out on one of the articles. So thank you, guys. New Warriors writer Daniel Kibblesmith, what a stupid name, introduced the new team and detailed the premise of the upcoming series. My editors on the previous books that I had done, like Loki and Black Panther versus Deadpool, asked if I'd be interested in doing the new Warriors tie-in that actually posed them as authority figures in this conflict instead of the rebels, and I really liked the attention of that. So there you go. You've got your characters there. We've got that's a woman. Obviously, another woman there, another woman, another woman, another woman, another woman, another woman, and two blokes, and three blokes, and yeah, and they even have a bloke in pink. Ah, yeah, we got to dress them even as feminine, even in comics. So Kibblesmith then detailed that Marvel Comics will be introducing a new team of warriors that will be mentored by classic New Warrior team. Wow. Yeah. So because the New Warriors are authority figures in this story, they have to be mentoring new warriors who are under 21 and subject to the laws that triggered the outlawed event. This new law is making it illegal to be a vigilante under the age of 21. Speaking with Marvel.com, Kibblesmith added, I wanted to have teen characters who felt as now, fuck off. And the New Warriors did in 1990, fuck off. The New Warriors had been Ziggergeist characters from the beginning. You get an edgy skateboard night trasher in the 90s and a reality TV team in 2000. And now in 2020, we have new warriors who have never grown up without the internet and one character who appears to essentially live inside it. We don't want it. We don't want it. It doesn't make it's fucking a stupid premise, you stupid fucking, what's your name? Kibblesmith. With a name like that, I'm not surprised you come up with shite like that. He continued in the video, the artist on the New Warriors #1 is Luciano Vigigio. He designed all the new characters and gave them costumes that felt modern. Yeah, you put men in pink because you can't have a man in normal men's clothes. No, you can't. You have to make them like women. Right. So we've got some. We've got some big woman there. Apparently, it's okay to highlight obesity nowadays. So there you go. There's some big fat bitch. What's her name? Her name is Trailblazer. Well, she's not going to trailblaze anywhere. She'll run out of breath 5 minutes down the road. So Trailblazer, Blazer. There she is. There. She's a group. She's a group home and foster kid. So she's got problems. And she's volunteering at the senior center. So she's gonna kill all the old people. And because yeah, nobody gives a crap. So this fella is called Screen Time. He looks pretty decent enough there. Yeah. He looks a bit. Yeah. I don't know what he's supposed to be, but there you go. That's him. I've nothing to say about him except he looks a bit skinny there. Do you know, he looks a bit weak for a superhero, you know? And he's supposed to have big muscles and stuff. Right. So Screen Time is an internet kid taken to sort of logical conclusion. So he's like most of those little gobshites that come after me, an internet kid, that actually they have no, yeah. Oh, there we go. So we have Safe Space and we have Snowflake, right? And Safe Space is in pink and he's a man because they ain't tits. And then we've got Snowflake and she's in blue. Yeah, nobody wants this shit. What are you trying? What is this? The color should be the other way around, okay? You stupid fucking idiot. Yeah, women traditionally pink, boys traditionally blue. If you don't like that, go and screw it. There you go. So there you go, right? This is no fucking piss take there, right? Snowflake and Safe Space. Yeah, well, they'll get plenty of safe space now, won't they, with this virus going around? So all those fuckers that complained about you are safe space, well, you will get a fucking now, won't you? Assholes. So Snowflake and Safe Space are twins, and their names are similar to the screen time, right? Nobody wants to really, nobody gives a shit. So we have B negative, and of course, he just looks like some gothic kind of fucking vampire. Again, another skinny looking man. You know, you can't have the men looking like fucking muscly things, you know, because that's toxicity there. And there you go. I mean, look, that's just ridiculous. So there you go, right? So there's Gobshite B negative. And then you've got Snowflake. Actually, I have to screenshot that because that is just epic. Give me that. I never thought I'd see the day. And I'm going to find this artist as well. I'm going to ask him what was his idea of putting a man in pink. Has he got a problem with making men masculine or something? There's something wrong with you. Pink hair as well, by the way. Oh, and an earring. And an earring. Do you notice the woman's not wearing an earring, but he is? Jesus. The earrings are so 1990s, man. I had one myself. I had a Nike one in my ear. That was so 1990s, man. Right, so there's Snowflake and Safe Space. And then we've got this idiot then, Screen Time, who's just all about being, you know, these modern day kids. And then we have this obese, the obese person that apparently it's okay now to have, you know, represent obese people. You know, if you have medical conditions, I understand it. Seriously, I do. If it's glandular or anything like that. But if you eat yourself to that state of no pity for you, they should not be highlighting people like this. I'm sorry, they should not be represented. Right? That is unhealthy. Right? If you eat yourself into that state, your fault. If it's medical, I have sympathy. But no, not if you eat yourself. So that, to me, that trailblazer, she's not going to trailblaze anywhere. She'll get 5 minutes down the road. She'll be out of breath. She'll probably take a heart attack. Where's Cheryl going? Where's she going? Go with mommy. Hold on, guys. Sense. Right. So apparently my wife thinks I'm disgusting for the fact that I mentioned that people shouldn't be highlighting obesity for some weird reason. That's just the way it goes, I suppose. See, you know, you can't please everybody. We've got a new super chat here, £2 super chat from Nicholas Horton. Screen time is ripping off Ben 10. It looks like it, all right, yeah. But I stand by what I say. I don't care. At the end of the day, we shouldn't be people like that shouldn't be represented, right? We have a huge problem around the world with obesity, and I don't think we should be having cartoons letting people think, and kids let them think that it's a healthy way of living. As I said, if it's a medical condition, which I mentioned, if it's a medical condition, then there's nothing you can do about it. But if you eat yourself into that state, I have no sympathy for you. So I don't think it should be represented, to be quite honest with you, because it's an unhealthy lifestyle. We've got a 10 Australian dollar super chat from Travels in Time, and it's blank. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So, where was I? I don't know. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. Some people won't like what I said, but it's the truth. Right? I'm sick of people being so goddamn sensitive. Don't forget, guys, to do me a favor. Throw in the Mega Geek channel. Throw that up. I'll be doing streams. And by the way, if anybody's in the live chat can tell me how other people could stream games on YouTube, but as soon as I do, the video gets blocked. Is there a way around it? And if there is, could you just tell me? Right, hold on. Yeah. What's she? Right, let me see. I believe the writer in his interview specifically said she was body positivity, which tells you exactly where he's coming from. Yeah, well, that's I appreciate you putting up the Mega Geeks channel, but I meant my channel, the Irish Geek, please. I have a channel called the Irish Geek, and I stream on it. So if you could put that channel up, please. Also. Let me see what we got. Sorry, but folks, this is just had to throw me completely off, man. Fuck's sake. Well, we'll see if we can get a guest or two on, because that's just at the, I don't know. There you go. The channel's up on the chat, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the Irish Geek, please do so. I'll be doing gaming streams on it. It's my second channel. So there's already 56 subscribers or something. But again, if anybody knows how I can get away with streaming on YouTube. Like I see all the other guys doing it. As I said, someone plays FIFA 20, he's grand. I put on Black Ops 3, and as soon as I put it on, as soon as the stream ends, the video is blocked in all countries. So could someone tell me how people are able to get away with this, or what way there is around it? No, am I allowed to post my Big Finish review in your Facebook group? Of course you are. That's what it's there for. The Facebook group, the official YouTube Facebook group, is actually for all the people that are on the panel, that have a channel, that do videos. You could throw user videos up. Once they're Doctor Who related, of course, which yours are. You know, we'll promote as many Doctor Who projects and channels as we can, but I don't really like to promote other stuff that's non-related, because it gets a bit messy. Then the group just gets used. But yeah, Daniel, of course you can. Every time you have one, just put up. So I have 55 subscribers now on the other channel. So we will see how we get on. Actually, do us a favor, guys. If someone could actually I'll tell you what I'll do. For half an hour, I will bring people on for a half an hour in the chat if they want to come on. If one of the mods could actually throw the StreamYard link into the live chat there. Half an hour, right? I'll give panel a half an hour. So if you would like to come on for a half an hour when the link goes up, I can only take a certain amount of people, right? So as you know yourselves, so I will take the first couple of people that actually hop in, right? It's first come, first served, basically. So as soon as one of the moderators gets that up on the live chat, try get in as quick as you can. I'll be glad to subscribe to the Irish Geek after your show has finished. No problem, Lee. The channel is actually in the live chat there. If you want to do it, it'll only take you a couple of minutes, actually. But yeah, I just don't know. Again, I have to find. I'm gonna actually ask someone now. We'll see if anybody has any idea what's going on. So I'm just waiting on one of my moderators to put the link in, because I haven't got a clue how to do it. Hold on, I'm going to try. So we paste, isn't it? Hold on, how do you do this again? So it's more. No, that's not it. That's not it. Paste. There we go. And then we do this, isn't it? There, and no. There, and there. I don't know how you do it. Chris, could you do us a favor, mate? Could you paste the StreamYard link into the live chat? I'm trying to do it here, but I can't actually do it because I'm a dumb idiot when it comes to technology. And we'll get a few people on. And welcome. And the Cockmeister is here as well. John Seed is here as well. Guys, don't forget also to keep up doing what you are doing. Also, the Doctor Who Origins video has over 4,000 dislikes now. Has 1,200 likes. As I've said, actually, if people haven't went in already and watched the video and haven't actually gave it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I know most of you here would probably give it a thumbs down, but give it a thumbs down if you haven't already. All adds up. It all adds up. I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't know how to do it. Right, hold on. Right, so when I go to paste it, right, Cheryl uses 3 buttons or something. She's not going to come out and help me now anyway. So so paste. So can I drag that down there and then go Oh, damn. This is stressful. This is stressful. Yeah, I want to put StreamYard's link into the live chat and give people I'll give the first couple of people that come on a chance to come onto a panel. Just doing a random panel for about a half an hour. And all I want to do is I just want to be able to get the link. I don't know if I don't know. Right, so copy it, right? So we copy, right? And then he says press control, then press, hold on. Where is it? Press. Why is it jumped? Stop sending me messages. Wait for a minute, guys. I'm after getting the instructions. Right. Fuck's sake, man. Oh, get away. I seriously, man. Now I'll highlight what you want to copy, then hit Control C to copy. Right, hold on. Right, nobody send me a message now. Right, so, right, and then he says press Control C. Yeah, I got it, but that is fucking awkward, man. Right, I got it, but I'm not good at this shit, man. Right, as I said, the first couple of people. Right, I think this is it anyway. Right, here we go. Put it in. Moment of truth. Right, Chris. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. Because I tell you, mate, that's a pain in my bloody backside. So as I said, I will take the first couple of people that show up. So if you want to come in, have a chat. I think I got it anyway. It looks like I did, but just in case, right? Because I have to learn this anyway. So we'll do it again. So we go and right, there you go. I think I got it properly this time now. Hopefully. So join me. Right, I think I definitely got it. Doesn't look like anybody wants to join me tonight either. Oh no, there we go. We got one. So we'll just we're waiting on another one. So you know who it is. I knew he was gonna join anyway. He's a regular. Obviously, he's a great friend of this channel. Hey Daniel.
Evening.
Nice to have you here. Right, so it did work.
Yeah.
I finally did something great.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. That effort, that's just too much effort, my friend.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know that actually stresses me out as well, because that's what I had to that's what I had to go through the night of the interview with I had to I had to I had to go through all that process as well.
Yeah.
And
Right, guys, there's a couple of more spots open. If anybody, it's in the chat there, the StreamYard link. If you would like to join the panel, right? We do this twice a month. So this is the second time we're doing it now. So if you'd like to join, this is your opportunity. You guys in the chat that don't normally get a chance to be on the panel, this is our chance now. The link is in the live chat. Just scroll back up again. Do you know what? Because I know how to do it now and I'm feeling confident, I will put it back up on because, you know, I'm great now. I'm only messing. So let's make sure I don't mess this up. And I didn't. There you go. So it's there for you again, guys. Anybody wants to join in now on the panel, there is the link. Just press the link, join in. We'll go for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And you're right, practice does make better. I'm just going to start throwing a load of crap up now just to see if I can actually do it. Because there's loads of stuff I want to put up actually. There's something in particular I want to put up. Actually, no, I have to go into. Are you still there, Daniel? Yeah.
yeah.
Right, Grant. Because there's something I want to do. So yeah, Daniel. So I'll ask your thoughts anyway. The news that Doctor Who, obviously, there might be delayed because everything else is going to be pushed back. How does that make you feel? And do you really care at this stage?
I don't really, yeah, but I do have a few sort of questions in my head that I know that won't be answered until all this is soft. He basically if all this carry on with the virus. I won't mention it by name because it'll probably get the stream taken down. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, so like BBC are going to have to put on some like ear earphones and overhaul their schedule and stuff now. But it isn't actually too bad because some of the older shows are actually quite good though. So that this could be a benefit because it'll educate some people my age on what good TV is. So it might not be a bad thing.
Exactly, I have to agree with you. I was actually saying this earlier will be good because there is some great TV shows back in the day. It'll be interesting to see what they actually do with their schedule now, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
As I said, guys, just to remind you, the StreamYard link, if anybody wants. I'm actually surprised now, so people can't complain now. The next time when they ask to come on to a panel, oh no, you didn't bring me on. I've given people the opportunity to come on tonight now. So nobody can really complain at me now if you don't come on. I've left it up there now. Chris has put it up, I think, as well, and I've put it up a few times myself. So what's going on here, actually?
What's up?
No, there's something I wanted. There was something in particular I wanted to find. There's something on my Facebook group that I wanted to share in the chat.
Is that the BBC compile? It ain't sad because Chuck Ziller's put it in the chat.
No, it's that person that we won't mention that's been giving me a hard time. But
all right, I get you.
See, they've unlisted the video that they did, the one where they were mocking me. But the thing about it is, Chuck and others put it in the group. So even though he's unlisted the video, the knob, because he thinks by unlisting the video, nobody could see it, but we could still see it. That's the thing. I want people to actually report it because he's at the stealing me content off me channel without me permission. I've also sent an official complaint to YouTube as well. I don't care if this guy gets a strike. I hope he does. He deserves it. He went after Marie as well. Marie was in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. That was I saw that. There was absolutely no need for that though, because I don't think Marie actually said anything. No, it was ridiculous.
All she did was she just said it was a bit, she didn't say anything that warranted the response. She was picking up for me like everybody else was. Right. So basically he's decided that he'd mock me.
Yeah.
So basically what he done was he got me video and he edited it down to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So basically what I want people to do is I just want people to report it because it's my property.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have stolen it. And he's going to be taught a lesson because if he thinks he's going to get away with this, he's got another thing. So there it is. I am getting good at this. There you go. Please do me a favor and report this video. He thinks because it's unlisted that he's going to get away with it. I'm going to make sure that this guy pays for what he's at to doing, right? And he's going around with those other idiots making false allegations, by the way, as well. So, guys, thank you.
And the thing about it is as well, he's got previous for doing that because he done the same with him. He done the same with him. Is it not Gary or
Yeah, Ballstrek. He went
Bullshit,
after Ballstrek, and Ballstrek put him in his place. But then, see,
yeah,
what happened was he went back and apologized to Ballstrek, you see, but all
yeah,
his friends and him continued to slack. That's why someone said, "Well, why did you do the video?" It wasn't just because he belittled me, right? It was because he kept, after apologizing to Baldstrick, he decided that he'd continue his hate campaign against him. Now, he went after a couple of others that defended me as well, and I had enough. Now, the thing about it is that, you know, he was slagging me video off, but the thing about it is my video worked because he obviously, it upset him. That's why he retaliated yesterday. Now, I've blocked him. I've blocked him on YouTube and I've blocked him on Twitter. I do not want to know, right? And I'm telling
yeah,
you guys here in the chat as well, because there always seems to be someone telling me, "Oh, this is what they're saying about you." I don't want to know, right? Whatever they have to say, let them say whatever they have to say. This situation was resolved a couple of months ago,
yeah,
and the Chuckle brothers have decided for some weird reason that they bring it back up again. Now, the reason why they have brought it back up again, and this is the conclusion I come to, is that they thought by picking on me that the likes of my friends that support this channel, we're talking about the bigger YouTubers here, would
yeah,
jump in and say something. But unfortunately for you guys, they're not going to, because we can see right through what you are doing. You're trying to gain some notoriety. You came for the link as used thought, which was me. I'm not a weak link. I've
yeah,
seen Crystal D and others. Trust me, you messed with the wrong YouTuber. I hope you
yeah,
get a copyright strike. You've stole me stream. You've put 5 minutes of it up. That's
yeah,
copy. You've broken YouTube's rules anyway. I will give you. You know, I'm going to put in another report anyway, but I'll give you until tomorrow to take the video down. If you don't take the video down, I will be continuing to get people to report your video.
yeah.
You've stole my property. Right, we've got a new guest. This person's been actually wanting to come on for a while, so I'm actually glad that they've decided to jump in. And it's relatively new to the chat actually as well, if I'm correct in saying. But before we bring them on, I see there's a few more people that have joined in the chat. So Jason is here, and Lee Anthony Davis. Obviously, who else have we got? Because I've seen a few more names. John Guggen is here as well, and the Thinking. Right, let's bring him on. I think it's a guy. I hope I'm right. It's Sanctuary of Geeks.
Eh?
Hello.
Hi, Noel. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. I can. Brilliant. How are you?
Mate, it's an honor to meet you, Daniel. This is almost quite surreal because I've been following you for a while now, and honestly, mate, you, Belstrek, Gary, the whole kind of fandom menace thing, you guys, you speak for fans like me. I tell you that, fans who don't really have a platform, you speak for me without a doubt, and everything you say, I'm right behind you.
Oh, thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Listen, it's a pleasure having you on, an honor having you on. I know you've asked to come on a few times. It's just what I try to do is, you know, build up a bit of, as we say, a bit of trust, I suppose it is. See how everybody reacts in the chat, because you know yourself today, unfortunately, you know, you can't have an opinion without someone attacking you, and that's the way it goes. We had a caller on here one time. It was actually funny though. I played along with it. They pretended, what was it? They pretended to be Indian or something, Daniel, wasn't it? Yeah, it was quite funny. Quite funny. Right, there's one more spot. So again,
you actually
go. Just hang on for a second. Sanctuary Geeks. There's one more spot, guys. So as I said, the link is in the description, the live chat there, for StreamYard. So if you want to join. I've got one more spot if you want to join the panel. Go ahead, Sanctuary Geeks. Sorry, go ahead.
No, mate, it's cool. I mean, you actually inspired me. I was doing a little live stream over a year ago now on my Facebook page, and it was mostly just friends and work colleagues watching me really, but I would do the phone element, and I got that from you. I was like, that's a really cool idea to basically just like an old style radio show that used to get back in the day and bring people on. It was and that I got that from you. So again, my hat off, my Tom Baker hat goes off to you.
Man, thanks. I mean, yeah, we Daniel was actually the very first caller I think we had when we did the phone ins. Yeah, we're gonna try bring that back as well as long with we tried. It didn't kind of work as well as hoped, to be honest with you. So we'll have to look into that because we're going to be reviewing a lot of other stuff on the channel. So yeah, I try to get everybody involved as much as I can. Actually, myself and Rabbi, I can't really say much, but I came up with an idea. Rabbi has been working on it now. I've actually been getting progress reports, believe it or not. And all I'll just say is this, right? Rabbi is a genius.
Yeah.
We're gonna finally have a platform where all YouTubers and people that write as well. Listen, I can't give too much away, right? But all I'll say is we will need people out there, and there is people out there. We've seen them. A lot of this fandom have done reviews, right? So we want you guys that are great at writing to be able to write reviews. We're gonna have the likes of Ballstrek, Gary, and all of those. Any videos that they have as well. Let's just put it this way: we're launching something hopefully this weekend that's going to benefit us when the series comes back around again. Because these shills have the media on their side. They have their own little websites and the articles and all are put up on that. We are going to now combat that, and we're going to come up with our own little plan. We've got plans in place, so hopefully this weekend we'll be able to announce something. If not, it'll be next week, but I'm looking forward to what we have. Right, we've got our last guest on the stream tonight, so it's actually great because we do hear him, we do see him in the chat all the time, so it's actually great to have him on the stream. So we have Colin.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you loud and clear, pal. We can hear you loud and clear. Thanks for coming on, man.
So this is quite literally my first time for ever having done this. So I've no idea if this setup's going to work or not.
Oh, you sound good. You sound good. And yeah, listen, you popped your cherry. So congratulations.
Yeah. I'm sitting with a pair of earbuds stuck in my ears and I can't actually, this is weird because when I'm speaking, it cuts everything out.
Yeah. It can happen. It can happen. So, guys, can I ask you first, right? Because obviously, you two new guys on the panel. It's been 3 weeks now since the abomination that was the Timeless Children. And actually, Daniel, I'll ask you as well. Where are you now? How are you feeling now? I mean, are you still angry, still upset? Do you actually think Doctor Who can recover from this? And one more question I'd actually throw in there as well. With this coronavirus business as well, is this going to damage the Doctor Who brand even more? Because think about it. We already know that we're getting the special, right? And then after that, there was going to be about an 18-month break before we got the series. So with this corona business, everything is being pushed back. So our fan, when it comes back for series 13, I mean, is there going to be a fandom? That's what I think it's about. I mean, I'll start with you, Sanctuary of Geeks. I mean, how are you? As I said, how are you feeling 3.5 weeks down the line? Are you still? I mean, actually, I forgot to even ask you. How did you even feel about the episode? Were you a fan?
No, not in the least. So I'd rewind it back a little bit. I'd been following your good self and Gary and Doomcock and hearing about these rumors. And even though I'm not sure if I can swear on here, so I'll keep my language to a minimum, but even though Series 11, to say the least, wasn't the best, you kind of think, okay, it's the future. They can screw up the future, but you can't damage the past. And I kind of thought when I first heard Doomcock and Garrett them Redcon in it, I thought, nah, come on. Chibs wouldn't do that. Like, he's a moron, but he's not that stupid to go back and completely undo the very show he claims to love. And then when the episode went out, oh man, I was in horror. I was like, oh, he actually did it. this mother effer actually, he's done it, and you kind of think, hang on a minute, like the woke stuff, I can kind of forgive that nonsense, but you've just gone back and re-show and Omega, Rassilon, Barusa, all the stuff we know, and he claims to love as a fan. English now, and Big Finish. I mean, I tried the other day in my car. I was just driving around a bit, and I thought I'll put on the Gallifrey series from Big Finish to maybe just see, can I into that? And that's completely redundant now, Noel. That's completely redundant because none of that stuff in there with Romana or Canon, it's all gone topsy-turvy. Can the show recover? Not in our lifetime. No, I think you're going to have to wait. That's not even born yet to discover the show and appreciate it in a whole new light. And they'll just be old farts going, we remember when it was good with Tennant and Smith, but it got crap towards the latter days, which is what people said to me when I became a fan. Not like in the 90s. My dad would like encourage me, go for Baker, go for Pertwee. He'd say, stay away from Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, who I actually quite love it. They're two of my favorite doctors. They stay away from that because his memory of it in the 80s is of it being shit. And that's kind of where we're at now. We'd be saying, Eccleston all the way up to Capaldi, that's golden. You can go with that. Yeah. But after that, steer clear. And maybe in years to come, they'll love it. But as far as we're done, as far as we're concerned, the show's done. That's it.
Yeah.
Colin, first time on the channel. How are you feeling? It is 3.5 weeks now, isn't it? Yeah, 3.5 weeks in. How are you feeling now? And Sanctuary Geeks, do you think this show can recover? Do you agree with Sanctuary Geeks that it won't be in our lifetime? It'll be obviously a generation that isn't born yet. Or do you have your own theory on that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm of an age that I'm actually older than the program. Someone asked me, when did I start watching it? Well, I can't remember when I didn't watch it.
Wow.
Literally, as in, I was just about still in single digits age-wise when I was woken up to watch the moon landings. So you can do the math. I know there are a few people in chat roughly my age or even older. I actually watched one episode of this season, and that was Spyfall Part 2. And I thought, okay. So most of what I know is from watching you, Gary, Doomcock, and the rest. I was surprised when they actually decided to go around and completely redo canon. I hope they wouldn't. I think I can see one way that they could possibly recover it, but they won't do it. The only way to do it is basically to decanonize the entire Chimbal's era. So I think I saw someone on the Origins video say when she fell out of the Tardis, she fell into alternative universe. I think something like that would be the only way they could do it.
I know he's played. This is the thing, though. He has played this down, right? But yeah, in Spyfall Part 1, we seen this whole thing where it looked like it was multiple dimensions. It was a multiverse. But he's come out and said that obviously Joe's doctor is not from a multiverse. She's from this universe. So everybody automatically thought this isn't a multiverse thing. Do you think that this is a multiverse thing? And the question I would actually ask the whole panel is then, if it is, why did Chris Chibnall and the BBC think this was a wise thing to do, considering that they would have known that they were going to go down this route, right, and make it look like that they were going to retcon 57 years of history, that there would be a backlash, unless the plan is these multiverse universes. Guys in the live chat, let me know what you think. But guy in the panel, Daniel, what do you think? Do you think this is a multiverse universe, even though Chris Chibnall has come out and saying this is not what he's doing? Because
see, to be honest with if you're right now, this, like, I don't think Chibnall has has the smarts or the brain power to do this. So what I think he is trying to do is, because he's so embarrassed by Doctor Who's past, I think he's just trying to like reboot the whole show, and that's why he got the timeless abortion basically, because that's what it is. Because you basically retcon to the whole study, and I think he's that embarrassed by that he just basically and that he just basically he sees the show and his own image, and like
Yeah.
basically all the history can off according to him, because I think he is that embarrassed by it.
Colin, as an older fan, you said there isn't that you can't remember a time when you haven't watched Doctor Who. So I'll ask you this, because obviously you would be more qualified than the rest of us on this panel. The answer is no, you would though, and that's no disrespect. You know, you were around when the show was created, and you've been here from the till the end. Let's just say, but even if this turns out to be multi-universe or a Kelvin kind of timeline, as people have spoken about in the live chat there. Would it make any difference to you, considering the way he's handled the way the fandom has obviously gone on as well? I mean, could you, if this was all like a switch and bait and he was tricking the viewers, would you be okay with that, considering the 2.5 years of this fandom completely losing its shit? Like, I mean, for me, I just want to answer real quickly and then I'll let you answer. For me, I think it is unforgivable. I think if you do something like that, and even if it ends up being a cop out and the master is lying and it turns out to be a multiverse, I think even because of the fractions, because of the divide that you've managed to create with this fandom because of what you've done, I think that's unforgivable. But Colin, what do you think?
I think there's a simple 3-word answer to your question of why do they do it. Woke parasite agenda. I think that's what's behind all of it. I've been thinking about it, and to be quite honest, if you took it separately, the whole timeless child, why they got past an idea, as an idea, that's actually quite interesting. The problem is they've tagged it on to the end of 57 years or something. If they'd started, if they'd made an obvious split at some point, so we knew it's a different timeline, different universe, Kelvin timeline or whatever, I think it might have worked. No, I think the problem is they've done that. They've gone out of their way to piss off the fandom. I think the BBC could possibly come back from it, but chin balls never. I mean, I think they've just beat off too many people.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the damage was done in Series 11, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But you know what? Here's the thing, though. If he had see, this kind of annoys me. I know we bitched and moaned about Series 11 because as Doctor Who fans, it wasn't up to our standard, right? But Series 12 was Chris Chibnall's response to us fans. Because not only did he give, right, because he was very clever, right? We gave out about old villains. He did bring back old villains, right? We have to give him that. He did, right? We asked for cliffhangers. He gave us more cliffhangers, right? But he did this begrudgingly. He was like, okay, I'll give you what you want, but I'm going to let you know, the audience know, you guys that criticize Series 11 because now you're trying to do something brand new, I'm going to make sure that you know that I actually hate my audience. I mean, that upgrade line with Jodie Whittaker was a direct attack on those fans that were saying she wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Just look how they treated Graham.
And I know there's been loads that have went wrong. And people say, why do you keep talking about this era? I'll tell you why. It's because fans are still, after the series is finished, fans are still upset, they're still heartbroken, and they're still talking about it. Now, I seen something on Facebook there, and it kind of annoyed me. That someone put up a poster, nobody cares, right? Because I put up a video, right? And they wrote, I was the origins, did the video, put it up, nobody cares. And I wrote in response, because it annoyed me, because there is a couple of people with that attitude, right? And I says, well, you mightn't care, but there's fans out there that still do. So please keep your negativity to yourself. I hate negative fans like that. Look can we salvage this? I tend to agree with Sanctuary Geeks and thinking that this isn't. But I will add, if you were to get rid of Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker now and bring in someone that actually knows what they're doing and choose the right doctor and companion, there's a chance. But the fact that this corona has hit now, this is another delay. This is another delay now. So I don't know. Personally speaking, I think, look, at this backlash is not going anywhere. It still hasn't died down. And I'm delighted to see that. And some fans are celebrating and rejoicing when I did the video. When I put it up on Doomcock's channel, there's people literally doing somersaults on the group. He says, justice is being done. They love it. The democracy. That is. When you see the dislike to like ratio on that Origins video, that's democracy right there. And remember one thing, BBC have already gotten YouTube to remove half of those dislikes already.
Yep.
So it was already, they took most of the dislikes away already, and it's gone back up to 4,000. It'd be on 8K dislikes right now if YouTube hadn't removed all the algorithm hadn't kicked in. That's what we'd be looking at right now. And the fact that it's only gotten 1,200 and something likes, and it hasn't moved from that in 3 weeks, shows you, it tells you everything you need to know. This era is a disaster.
Exactly.
To give these guys here that are on the panel, you guys in the chat, a chance to discuss it, because you know what, we're going to keep at this, right? Because BBC are not getting away. Look at, well, you have seen what I've been doing, right? Even those videos that I've been doing. Do you know those videos that I've been doing of people's reaction to the series? Well, I've been going on Twitter and posting them all over Twitter and the Doctor Who groups. I've done it on the Facebook group. Anytime BBC put a new post up, right? Or if I see it, I go in and I put all the complaints up. I'm not letting these people get away with it. I'm letting these people know that there's people out there that are still angry. And trust me, when I do put the negative comments up on the Doctor Who official group, it's actually very surprising how many people come out of the woodwork and actually agree with those comments. And then, do you know what I do? Come and join the Tardis zone. We'll give you a voice. But my subs have jumped. Have you noticed? Actually, I forgot to say that. I'm actually officially on 1,500, 1,500 subs, guys. So thank you very much.
Well, see, to be honest with you, right now, I've been with you from the beginning, and you were actually one of the very first channels that actually did the fan phone-ins and whatever. So you've been coming up with these evolutionary concepts here in the Doctor Who fandom, and if you didn't start these these panels and onions and all the rest of it, our voices wouldn't heard at all, basically, because before I got involved in your channel and up to like all your Facebook pages and whatever, I mean, I was constantly and constantly kicked out of all these Facebook groups and all that. So basically, what you've done is give us our voices back. So I would like to say thank you and congratulations to yourself.
Thanks very much. And there's a couple of other people that have said congratulate. Thanks very much. I really look at it, but I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. But listen, I'm just after seeing something on the BBC Press Office Twitter account. It was put up 11 hours ago. But what's interesting about this is it's Tony Hall, right? So the Director General. So this is what he said, right? It's brief. We all know these are challenging times for each and every one of us. As the national broadcaster, the BBC has a special role to play at this time of national need. We will need to pull together through this. That's why the BBC will be using all of its resources, channel stations, and output to help the nation be informed, educated, and entertained. We are making a series of changes to our output to achieve this. It will take time to emerge from the challenges we all face, but the BBC will be there for the public all the way through this. Tony Hall, BBC Director General. But this is the question I want to ask is, we're going to get a lot of repeated TV. So will BBC see this as an opportunity to replay Chris Chibnall's era, put it on a different night, and see how it does? And then if it was to get, say, more viewers than the night it was originally on, then would BBC justify then, well, it is a success? Do you think they might actually do that? Do you think they'll repeat Jodie Whittaker's era? Because we're going to get a lot of repeat TV, and I reckon this is going to go on. We're going to get about 6-7 months of this.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Do you think they'll repeat Jodie Whittaker's era?
I don't think that they keep it. I mean, they keep running the blasted trailer for the iPlayer between vendors, which is kind of like a prime time slot in the attempt to get people to boost those iPlayer numbers. They could repeat it. I don't think it would do any better, because I think people like your good self and the fans have let people know that this is not good. I mean, like Doctor in the least, it's like, well, based on what you said about this, well, we're definitely not going to check it out. If we didn't like it, we're not going to check this one out, because this one's a complete mess, a complete right off. All I do want to say, because I was just letting the guys and yourself talk, it's a slightly diverging from this little topic, if possible, just for a bit, but I'm sure you can, because you're the brilliant host. You know that tweet that I sent you about a couple of days ago?
Yeah, I'm actually on Twitter now. I just have to remind myself. Hold on.
Yeah, no, while you were doing that, I've just noticed, going back to what we were talking about earlier on, Hills has got a new video. Dr. Az explains the Marvel's New Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to be
epic.
Hilarious. Yes, epic. Good word for it.
Yeah, I read your tweet here.
Yeah.
You have some gossip that you'd like to talk about. If you want whatever you have, whatever you've been told, you can. But just before you do say it, just remember to tell everybody here that what you've heard is obviously rumor and speculation, and then you can go ahead. Right, so Sanctuary Geeks has some gossip, right? But we have to stress before he starts, because we have to do it on this channel, because YouTube and people out there. I mean, someone put up a video and said something, it was rumor, and they got attacked because, like, you know, people were saying, oh, you're telling lies. It's a fucking rumor. So this is what we're saying here. It's rumor, speculation. Sanctuary Geeks, the floor is yours.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. So, yeah, obviously rumor, not official. Who knows? This goes back to last summer. So it was about, July, August, where that Chibs had got himself fired and Jodie had walked out in solidarity with him. That obviously not allegedly. Now, I know someone who is currently working within the BBC. It's a friend of mine. I haven't seen them for a while. I caught up with them over lunch just this weekend gone. And straight away, they were singing like a canary who fan. And I just came out straight and said, look, do you happen to know if this rumor about Chibs getting fired was indeed true? Because it was to do with the merchandising and how the BBC weren't happy with the sales of the program. Without and said yes, but it wasn't as reported. It was half true. Basically, the story goes like this: the BBC were not happy. He had a meeting with them again, rumor allegedly. They said, "You have two options here. You can carry on with the rest of this series." As he did, and those have been broadcast with the Christmas special impending. And his contract, within their states, that he will at least have 5 more episodes to oversee, which would take you obviously into 2021. And this is where the split season thing potentially comes in. That he will handle the first 5. She would potentially go within those 5 episodes. That's it. Again, just saying it's rumor. It might not be true at all, but this is someone who is very.
It does make sense, though.
Yeah, we'll explain why they're asking people if they can take a
again, I'll stress it is rumor, but this is someone who is very involved in the in branding within the BBC. She knows her really, really well. She has met people who have been involved in Doctor Who. She's reasonably good friends with Stephen Moffat. I say good friends. They've shared a couple of drinks. They move in the same circles. They used to live in the same area. She said, nice man. Very controlling, though. She did say that Torchwood stuff about him being rumoured to be blocking Torchwood is true.
Yeah.
Over debate to get into another day, maybe. As far as the Chibs thing goes, he is effectively out, but he has the 5 more episodes to do, and then there would be a split, and he would be gone.
You know what, though? Your information doesn't make sense to me, but I thought I knew. I knew this clown would have to. He has to go. I knew 5 more episodes. Yes, so that bring him. That bring him midway through series 13. But come here, I'd even add more onto that. I reckon Jodie Whittaker is not going to be around for the start of series 13 because she said if Chris Chibnall goes, she goes. So why would she hang on for half the season? It wouldn't make sense unless they both leave.
I can't speak for Jodie. My friend ever mentioned Jodie. She doesn't know what's happening with Jodie. She's got no idea what's happening with Jodie at all. As far as the Chibs thing goes,
still haven't officially announced that yet. Remember that. BBC still haven't officially announced that Jodie Whittaker is staying yet. The only one that's been coming out and saying that she's staying is herself. So that's still, as far as I'm concerned, up in the air. Look, Chris Chibnall, I'd rather have gone now. Go ahead. There seems to be a bit of a delay.
I mean, that's possible. Yeah, there is. It's on my end, I think. Sorry about that, Noel. As I say, who knows what's going on with Jodie? My source, she said she doesn't know anything about Jodie's contract, or she's never met Jodie, doesn't know anything about Jodie really. But apparently, funding department of the BBC, excuse my French, are pissed off with Chibnall, extremely pissed off, and this is only the business with the Timeless Child has only solidified that anger within the corporation, because I mean, effectively, no, you kind of can't brand the show Doctor Who anymore. It can be just called The Doctor. It could be called The Timeless Child, starring William Hartnell, the first episode, Unearthly Child. But it's not Doctor Who anymore, and there are people within the BBC who are very, very angry about this. And
I agree. Getting the same information. We said, look, I was told after they actually seen what Chris Chibnall had produced, they were actually shocked. And they had to roll with it because that's what was there, and they had no choice. But I've been told the very same thing. I've been saying it on this channel for months now. There's people inside the BBC that are not happy with what Chris Chibnall has done. I would also go as far as to say, and I can't actually speak for the man, but knowing Stephen Moffat and actually, Eddie Ascaro, again, he has written books and stuff. He mingles with people. He knows people that know, like yourself, Sanctuary Geeks, that know Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat, as you said, he's quite controlling, but he's a very proud man, and he does get affected when people used to slag off Doctor Who, because you could see it in his writing. So I'm being honest with you, knowing the way that he is, I would say, personally speaking, and this is just me speculating, this is not what I've been told on this part, but he'd have to be pissed. I reckon he's pissed off. They were pissed off about Series 11, I know that, right? There was talk that these guys weren't happy with what he was doing with Doctor Who, but then he course corrected. But the thing about it is that Moffat recently came out, as we know, right, to come out and defend this. They knew there was going to be a backlash, but Moffat is going to do what every good writer does. They're gonna defend the show. You know what I mean? And I don't get it. He should just come out and say, Chibnall, you've basically ruined my work. You're passing it off as your own. And I reckon, seriously, knowing the way we've seen him act, I'd say Stephen Moffat is pissed off right now with what he's saying. I'm being honest. I know they won't say that, and they'll always come out and defend them. Same with David Tennant and all those. Can you seriously, can you guys honestly tell me that David Tennant, a fan of the show, like Peter Capaldi, wrote in his little letters and all, a genuine fan of the show? I don't care if he's friends with Jodie Whittaker, right? I'm being honest. I don't care that he's friends with Jodie Whittaker, right? Do you not think that he'd be sitting there heartbroken looking at what's happening in Doctor Who? He's a fan like us. He'd have to be. He cannot support this, but he'd have to, obviously, publicly. But there's no way he supports this privately. There's no way he can do it.
Without
that. And he told some interviewer years ago that he told his parents when he was 3 years old. I think it was either Tom Baker's regeneration story or Peter Davison's regeneration story. So during an episode anyway that was on, he told his parents when he was 3 years old that he actually fancied the idea of becoming an actor because of the show, and lo and behold, he was the Doctor after Eccleston. So you see that so you hear about the guy's passion. So yeah, I do agree with you.
Colin, I mean, I just, I don't know. I mean, I'm heartbroken over it. I mean, you've been watching from the very beginning. Like, I can't imagine what you're going through. But the question I'd actually ask you is, and the reason why I want to ask you this question is because, you'll see a lot of this fandom, accuse the likes of yourself and Ian, obviously us as well, but use our obviously you and Ian, or use you as the example, because obviously you've been watching from the beginning. Ian, obviously the same, I think, if I'm correct, or I think it was it might be slightly later on, partway maybe.
I think Ian said it was in 1970.
Yeah,
Carry on.
But again, I would add like 2-time world record holder
Yeah.
of the most
Yeah.
members. Right. But here's the question I wanted to ask you. Ian's not here. Obviously, I did try get Ian on, but he's shattered. He said he'd come on some other night, so that's grand. So good night, Ian. Wish you the best. But the question I want to ask you is, when you hear the likes of, say, of the Time Ladies, and you hear the likes of all these other shill fans call fans out like you, say you're not real fans because you don't get behind this. I mean, how does that make you feel? Because to me, right, when I hear these people talk, right, when I see the articles that they write for these media types, right, there's nothing of substance. That they never actually give examples anyway, by the way, and they never actually back up their claims with facts. But I mean, these are the new kids on the block, let's just say, right? They all joined the fandom in the 2000. I mean, how does it feel now that a fandom that you were obviously helped to build, obviously, because you were there in the from the beginning, has basically turned against fans like you who basically kept the show going during its dark days by buying the Big Finish and the books and stuff. How does that make you feel? Because I know it pisses me off. You know what I mean? And my doctor obviously with Peter Davison, but I mean, you're there from the very beginning. I mean, it must really make your blood boil listening to these people.
Personally, glad I don't do Twitter. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've one of these days I'm going to work out the cause and effect. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, so apart from young children's TV programs, most of the TV I remember, well, Jerry Anderson, Star Trek, The Time Tunnel, The Tomorrow People, Time Slip. You might be able to see a slight theme there. Lots of science fiction. Sorry, excuse me, my voice going a bit. So, yeah, I mean, I've grown up with that. They're entitled to their opinions, but I don't see how you can actually come into a fandom for the last 2 or 3 years and say, well, it's completely different when someone's come back 50, 60 years. I just ignore them. I mean, I think they're entitled to their opinions, but I think if they're going to come out and say that sort of thing about people, well, how have they got to call us toxic?
Exactly. See, this is what they do. That they retweet tweets. Like, say for example, they used to do it with me a lot. I'd write something up. They wouldn't like what I have to say, and then before I'd know it, I'd be getting all these comments on me posts, and I'd be wondering where they were coming from. And then I'd be checking these people out, and then they'd be saying, "Oh, your tweet was retweeted." And I'd be like, "Who's retweeting me tweet?" And I'd go in and I'd look. This is what they do. They have a mob mentality. These people basically what they do is this is what I've been told that lately is going on. A certain person out there did an article for what was this Digital Spy or Screen Rant? It was one Digital Spy.
Digital Spy.
Right. And what's happened is since that articles went up, anybody that has come out to say that article's a crock of shit, which it is, because again, the person behind this article actually didn't do the research, is only in the fandom since the late 2000s and doesn't have actually the background or the qualification to be talking about Doctor Who. Not even I am qualified to be talking about Doctor Who canon doing a news article, and I wouldn't assume to be some sort of expert. But because people have come out and actually called this article out for what it is, what's happened is then a mob mentality has happened. The person in question is then retweeting people's tweets that have a problem with this article, and then the mob then is going after these people, and they're basically bullying people offline. Now, this, as I said, hopefully Rabbi and myself will have an announcement this weekend. But one of the first things we will be doing is disproving this stupid, ridiculous article once and for all. These people never give facts. They never do. And, you know, when what they resort to is basically, look, they call us the toxic ones. We know who the toxic ones are in this fandom, right? It's been prevalent from day one since Jodie Whittaker has been cast. When we found out this story thread, we know who the toxic ones are in this fandom, and it ain't us. So we don't need to worry about that stuff.
You know, no, yeah. What's quite funny, Noel, actually, is when Jodie got announced, me and my friend were in New York, so we was on a bit of a delay from Ireland and the UK, and when we were just out in a club, and he took me aside because it was quite loud, couldn't really hear each other think. He said, "Look, just look at this." So we're just standing outside, and we both looked at each other, and it was like, "Oh shit, we know where this is going now," because we'd seen what happened to Star Wars, what happened to Star Trek, Supergirl, all these things. Oh my God, they've just infected Doctor Who stuff. And I will just say this as well, because I've commented a few times, Noel, in your streams about Jodie Whittaker now. I think she's this series just gone. I really, really do. I think there is elements in her now as the Doctor that I'm quite happy with for the most part. I can see she's trying her best. It's too little or too late, as far as I'm concerned. She could turn into be the greatest Doctor ever. She could be another Tom Baker or another David Tennant. It won't make a difference because the rating is so bad and so atrocious that any chance this poor woman had of doing anything with this is long gone. The only hope I would have is that if my friend's, again, rumor is true, Chibs is out, maybe she could stay on, even if it's just for a couple of episodes under another writer, and maybe budget towards the end. Like, maybe. I mean, with Peter Davison, I always felt he kind of salvaged favourites, but it was all kind of salvaged with Chaos of Androzani, because it's such a great episode, and he does such an amazing job that he kind of, maybe that could happen to Jodie. Maybe she'll have a Chaos of Androzani as a exit story.
I don't know, well, you know how I feel about her, so I'm probably the wrong person to comment on this, but I'll let the other two lads comment. I've just said all I've had to say about Jodie. I just, I will agree with you to a certain extent. There is improvements, but no, she's just no. Sorry, I'm gonna be out straight here and say it's a male role. No woman should ever touch this role ever again, but we know that's not going to be the case. I just hope the next time that they make the choice that they actually pick an actress that can actually act.
Yeah, and I agree with you, but back to what you said in your previous point, because and you have actually mentioned all these other all these cities fans as like basically they're the same age as myself, right? But I'm like embarrassed by them. Like every post they make, I cringe all the time, and like I just get so embarrassed by them.
Yeah, I've got a bit of sad news for you though, Daniel. You're not going to be happy about this. I'm just trying to get the article up for you, but you're not going to be happy about this at all. And I have to actually say I'm not happy about this at all either. But it looks like Nicholas Briggs from Big Finish has had his say. And it looks like it's what most fans feared. So we were hoping that Big Finish wouldn't go down the route of Chibnall.
No.
With the headline on this article. Now, I just want to make sure that this is not someone just making the headline because they want to be sensationalists.
Right? No.
But I'm hoping. But according to this headline, so I'll read the headline before I get it up because I'm trying to get the actual article up. So it says Nicholas Briggs rejects timeless child canon complaints, Doctor Who TV.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh
so
I'm not
no.
surprised by that.
Daniel, unfortunately,
By that in the least.
it looks like your big finish. Big finish is finished.
Oh god.
Well, you still have the classic story.
Can I just say, actually,
Yeah.
Right, here it is.
I'm not surprised by that though, because Nick Briggs is very woke. His tweets now during the general election that we had back in December, very pro Jeremy Corbyn, which is he's right. That's fair enough. Very anti-capitalist, extremely anti-capitalist, which I always find quite funny because I met him once at a big finish event, very briefly, nice guy in person, but to go on the anti-capitalist rant he has when Big Finish everything revolves around money, more so because it needs the money of people like Daniel, people like you, myself, Collie. They need money to survive. Probably more. I mean, the BBC are protected because they got the bloody license fee, but Big Finish are really reliant on the consumer. And to be as anti-capitalist as he is and as woke as he is, I think is shocking, but not a surprise.
Right.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that does
It looks like it's sadly true, Daniel.
Oh
This
god, that's annoying me. Hey, I don't know if you're picking it up, but that is really annoying me.
no, I am. It should be up on your screen.
Oh my god.
So there, it's in black and white there, as they say, or in print. That's why we say black and white, because print used to be in black and white. Nicholas Briggs rejects timeless child canon complaints, and this article
Oh my god.
today. Big Finish executive producer and longtime Doctor Who voice actor Nicholas Briggs has rejected complaints that the show's canon was harmed by the timeless children reveal. Speaking to the Radio Times, Briggs said, "Imagine how people felt back in 1969 when it suddenly revealed that the Doctor was a Time Lord and that he'd run away and he'd stolen the Tardis, and now they put him on trial. And what was it in 1997 or 1977? The Deadly Assassin, the whole thing about the Time Lords. People went bonkers about that." Famously, the head of Doctor Who fan club at the time, Keith Miller, arch rival to Peter Capaldi, he closed the fan club down because he was so appalled by this. But did you know Doctor Who changes all the time? The whole business of Doctor Who rewriting itself and inventing new things, that's old news. That has happened all the time. Right, but you notice something. Hold on, before, because I know people want to jump in, and I will let you jump in. But you notice something so far in this article, right? He has referenced the Deadly Assassin. He has referenced the fact that back in 1969 we found that the Doctor was a Time Lord, right? But again, it's very vague. It's very vague. He's not actually giving us anything here of substance to back up why this fits. He's just repeating the same narrative that everybody else has been repeating. Let me see. When quizzed about, now this is the most important thing for Daniel because he's a huge Big Finish fan. When quizzed about our Big Finish audios would be incorporating any pre-Hartnell incarnations, Briggs responded, "All possibilities are open." Though there's no decisions on that made at all. At the moment, our license covers up till the end of the 12th Doctor era. I have no idea what it holds for Big Finish in the future. That's the absolute truth of the matter. But we try to get involved as much and as many different avenues of the Doctor Who as possible. So there's the article there. But again, it's the same. It's the same. Look, it's the same generic response, right? That that Chibnall gave. It's the same generic response that his boss Piers Wenger gave, and all those other idiots that come out and made statements. It's the same sort of statement. It's the same thing that Paul Cornell has been saying on Twitter as well. And the thing about it is, they're writers. Remember, right? They know this is all wrong, right? They don't even give any context there whatsoever. Did you leave a window open or something? I just heard the door back, or was that you? Oh, that was you. All right. I thought someone was breaking in.
Hi,
But there you
Sean.
go. It's the same response. So, guys, go ahead, react to that article there. Say the chat has gone crazy as well.
Oh my God.
I'd
Well,
say
I'm
actually
not surprised by it, as I said.
no, it's a relatively neutral comment in some ways. But regarding canon, we have what people keep forgetting is that for the first few years, Doctor Who was never planned to last 60 years.
Exactly.
They gradually developed things. They brought things in, what worked, what didn't. They never intended regeneration. Regeneration came about because William Hartnell was too ill to continue. Brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant concept.
Yeah.
But over time, they come what works, what doesn't work. I'm sure if you look at it, they've got to have retconned or at least contradicted themselves several times. Gradually, over time, a bit like concrete settling, it settles and it settles and it settles. You get the Deadly Assassin comes along, and okay, I can't remember myself exactly. It's a long time since I've watched those. How much that changes what they'd already suggested, but you get it, and you get canon settles in. There's nothing wrong with that. It's natural. You gradually solve it, but then all of a sudden they go back and can try to write. Excuse me, completely rewrite it. With Big Finish, actually, they are possibly the only place where this might work because Daniel, you familiar with the Unbound stuff?
I've heard of it, but I've not really jumped into it. Yeah.
Basically, what they did with Unbound, some of it was quite not particularly good, but basically, the first Unbound set is.
I don't know.
Is that
What
with
else?
Summerfield beneath Summerfield?
Yeah, but yes, that is. But it started off originally. It was a set where they just had about 4 or 5 box sets. I think it was a box set itself, and about 4 or 5 different stories, and each story was completely and utterly different, totally disconnected. So what they could do, they could say, okay, well, they could flip it. Big Finish's setup would possibly allow them to flip back and say, okay, this is an Unbound. This is another universe.
So they could incorporate that into the Unbound universe then.
Yeah, I mean, they Unbound again seems to sell it. You've got about 4. The last 2 stories I think with David Warner. The first the penultimate Unbound one was David Warner and the late Nick Courtney as Nick Briggs.
Yeah.
Sorry, as the Brigadier. Yes, that's them Sanctuary. Yep, the Unbound ones. Yeah, I've only got them.
I was just going to say actually the Daniel and Noel as well. The one I've got here as well, starring Arabella. I can't say her name. Arabella Wera. It's called Exile, and it's where the Doctor actually becomes female. And the reason the Doctor becomes female in this one is because the previous incarnation, which was a male, committed suicide. And the only way that the Doctor can change his gender is if the Doctor was to commit suicide. So I can't. It's been years since I've heard the damn thing.
Yeah.
But basically, the Doctor topped himself, and then it generates as a woman.
I'm thinking you still get that in CD format because I prefer getting the audios in the CD format because I prefer a physical copy.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah.
For you, Daniel, if you want, I'll run you off a copy of that if you want to hear it, and I'll subscribe to your channel and I'll email you and stuff. But I'll run you off a copy of this particular one if you want to hear it, because I'm getting this anymore. I think it's quite rare now. But I'll run off a copy of it and I'll send you an email form, and you can have a listen to yourself and see what you think.
Cool. I mean, thank you. I mean, I've only got like 99 subscribers, so congratulations, you're the 100. Your subscriber 100, and if that's the case.
You got more. You know what you've got your subscribers than me, Daniel. I've only got something in the region of like 29 or something like that. So you're one ahead of me, my friend. In fact, you're a couple of numbers ahead of me.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I just muted myself there for a second. So I've put a Radio Times article up there. You can go and read it yourselves. Radio Times, it just says Doctor Who changes don't ruin anything. Again, it's very vague like that other article. And also I've put Daniel's channel up on the live chat there. I think I got it right there, but I have Daniel's channel up there as well. So he's on 99 subscribers. Let's try get him up while we're here. There's 29 of you watching, right? If the 29 of you that are watching haven't subscribed to Daniel's channel, please do. Let's get him over 100 before this stream's over. Yeah, and we'll put up the rest of the channels as well.
And then a big finish of you earlier today this afternoon. I done a Paul McGann audio, the bill. I did a Dal X. It's an Octa adventure, so I done that earlier today, and it's been my first review. It's been my first review since January. So yeah, so check that out as well. And I also done an interview with E-Files and Geek on the Rebecca Old series as well. So that's also up in the channel. So check that out as well.
Yeah, I've also put the Sanctuary of Geeks channel up on the live chat as well. So let's try get the two channels some subscribers before we leave tonight. Because remember, guys, we're going to be, some of us are going to be isolated for weeks. Some of us are going to be isolated for a few months. That's just the reality of the situation that we're in right now. And we'll need to keep each other entertained. So do subscribe to those channels, guys, because there's different content. I mean, I've even fired up the second channel just to do gaming streams, just to keep you all entertained as well, right? And it's funny now because I have the mic on now, so people. I'm gonna do another one, right? I don't care if it gets taken down. It's ridiculous. Everybody else is able to play FIFA 20 on bleeding YouTube, and I can't.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I might set up a Twitch.
Can I just say, travels in time, that's a horrible idea. I do hope there's no truth to that whatsoever.
What was that? I missed that.
Travels in Time is posted in chat. Is there any truth to the rumour that Jodie will replace Peter Davison in a reboot of the classic Who?
Oh
Would you
no.
excuse me while I reach for
Oh,
the bucket?
oh
Well,
my
here, in
God.
fairness, right, I did a video last year. I actually recently re-uploaded it to put it up just to remind everybody. There has been this rumor floating around since last year that Chris Chibnall does want to reimagine some of the classic episodes. So this again, this is something that has been spoken about. So I wouldn't dismiss it that easily, because when something is normally spoken about, especially when it surrounds Chris Chibnall, it tends to be true. It's whether the
Yeah.
BBC would allow him to do that or not. But I know he wants to look at. You can see what he's doing now, right? He obviously wants to rewrite history. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he tried to do.
To be quite honest, I think if he wanted his own version of BBC, Doctor Who, he should have allowed to do it, because I don't think there'd be anything like this much anger if they'd done that. If they said this is a reboot, we are reimagining the entire concept, and this is how we're going to do it, I don't think people would have been anything like as annoyed. The anger is that the reason I call it the woke parasite is it infests anything healthy. It is a parasite because it infests anything healthy and destroys it. But if Chris Chibnall was allowed to create his own idea of Time Lord, say this is an alternative reboot, it's a reboot, alternative universe version, I think, to be quite honest, a lot of the stories, or some of them have actually been quite interesting. Take out all the politically correct modern agenda out of it, and a lot of the stories, as I said, Timeless Child concept as a concept, quite interesting. Just do
Yeah,
it one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
Colin,
It is an interesting. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not an interesting concept. It is. It is an interesting concept. The only problem is we have an idiot writing it.
I thought the whole Time Lord Cyberman was stupid, because the Time Lords can't be converted anyway. So Chibnall basically is screwed that up as well. Time Lords cannot be converted.
Right. What we're going to do is, right, because we have spoke about Sirius this era for long enough. So I've seen this. This article's just popped up actually, not long ago. So as you can see there, I don't know if it's on your screen. I'm just waiting for all these little things to go away.
Is that with David Bradley on Big Finish?
Yeah, so David Bradley is going to appear in a series of audios. He's going to face the Daleks on Scarrow. Now, I wanted to ask, actually, and Colin, again, I'll direct this question mostly at you because you're an older fan. You were obviously around when William Hartnell was on screen. Now, I know David Bradley is doing audios, and I know we've seen him play the Fourth Doctor on screen twice, obviously in the movie, and then obviously in Twice Upon a Time. How do you feel about these Big Finish audios, and actually feel about the Fourth Doctor basically being resurrected? Are you okay with that, David Bradley doing these audios? And have you been bringing back the Fourth Doctor, actually?
I don't mind. I mean, to be quite honest, he's obviously a very good actor. Obviously the first three Doctors now, we no longer have the original actors. I was going to say, I've got a feeling that may actually be relating to an upcoming Big Finish event. Daniel, you might. I'm sure I saw something about it on Big Finish's site. That he's going back. I don't know.
Because Caroline Ward is back doing a spin-off called Susan's Or as well. So
Oh, is that where she goes back there?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm waiting
So
for that.
he's back next month. Because that's getting released as a box set. So there'll be a few odd there'll be a few odd deals within that. Oh, I'm gonna actually get that when it comes out, and I'll put it up in the channel. So yeah, Caroline Ward is back in Susan, and she bumps in to the eighth octave. So you get Caroline Ward and Tom again on the same box set.
That's interesting. Didn't they do an Eighth Doctor Adventure version of, what was it called? The one that the novelized the novel where he went back and saw her again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, they did.
but I
Earthly
can't
Child.
remember the name of it.
Yeah, Unearthly Child. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they had. That,
It's very good. It's I heard it quite recently. It's actually a very very good play, very good audio, and it's kind of funny because Caroline Ford and Paul McGann actually really, the chemistry between them is really good. You kind of wouldn't necessarily have thought of putting them together, but my God, they're extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, Paul McGann's series would be greatly well received now, but
I said, yeah,
Well, he's
I
my
am.
doctor.
Yeah.
Paul McGann's my doctor. He was the one that I kind of saw first, above all any of the other doctors. It was a TV movie that kind of got me as a fan. There was obviously no Doctor Who throughout the 90s, so I was kind of reduced to going back to the classic series, and then fell in love with Tom Baker straight away in Nightmare of Eden, and then of course Big Finish, and they gave me the era Noel that I kind of was deprived of. They gave me the Eighth Doctor, Charlie. I know Colin, I've gone back and forth with you on the chat about that for a little bit, about Charlie Pollard, and I love Charlie Pollard. I think she's one of the most brilliant. She's amazing, and that character has got such a life in Big Finish, and I was so happy when
our favourite Big Finish companion is O'Sullivan. Oh, O'Sullivan. I mean, like she's a brilliant companion, and she's actually Irish as well. Oh,
wow, that's great. We seem to be getting a lot of Irish people in Doctor Who lately. I don't know about that one now, to be honest with you. Hey, listen, I said an Irish doctor wouldn't work, but if they went with an Irish actor and it was someone that I knew was good and they could pull off an English accent, then yeah, why not? At this stage, I'd take anybody over Jodie Whittaker, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I must admit, companion-wise, I quite like Maggie Stables.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I forgot the character's name. The older up there.
I was going to say, Noel, can I ask you a question, Noel?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Noel, if I could ask you this, I've been thinking of this for a while, actually. For you, Jodie, that you take the most grievance with, or the writing, because I have a kind of an ability to kind of separate and take Jodie and go, okay, there is potential there. Like I said in this series just gone, writing is an absolute, well, pardon the pun, it's a write-off. No, you can't salve it. With Jodie, I do believe that with a better writer, she could be something special. Got the worst fisted boundler at the controls of Doctor Who.
Well, in Series 11, it was mostly Jodie Whittaker that I criticised. I did criticise the writing was bad, but Jodie was just. I thought she was awful last year. This year, yes, I did say at Spyfall there was some scenes where she did impress me. I'm not going to lie, and I haven't changed my opinion on that. But as Daniel has said and others, it is too little, too late.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter now at this stage. She should have hit the ground running, and she didn't. She didn't help herself with the fans either. This year, I've been more critical about the writing because I do think Chris Chibnall has been the biggest culprit to the downfall of Doctor Who now. I do feel sorry with Jodie Whittaker in some respects, but then at the same time, I keep going back to the times where she slagged the fans off, and I just say, well, you kind of deserve what you're getting right now. So, I mean, for Series 12, it's definitely the writing I have a problem with. I thought when Jodie Whittaker was in scenes with Sasha, she kind of upped her game a little bit, but still, in saying that, she's for me, she's just not a great. I'm sorry, I just can't. I know Mega Geek is the same. He agrees with you. He thinks if she had better direction and better writing, we'd probably see a better version of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. But it's too late. We're 2 years in now. She's been the Doctor for 3. She's going to be the Doctor for what, nearly 4.5 years before she actually leaves, if she does continue to stay on in the role, and especially with this coronavirus. So she's not going anywhere anytime soon, unless they do get rid of her the Christmas special, which I'm still holding out hope for. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, look, I think both Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are right off now. I think we need to get rid of them
the whole
all.
thing. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The whole thing is it went down in the way it did. Big advocate of the Doctor being a female, but I kind of thought maybe it's actress, the right writers. It could be something that could work. I always felt in the Horns of Nymon that Lalla Ward actually outshined Tom Baker, and I kind of thought, you know what, if they put in a performance half as decent as Lalla Ward in Horns of Nymon, then maybe they could be room for a female Doctor. And it could have been Jodie. Jodie could have been the one to do it. She could have, if she didn't have an incompetent. That's and I do agree with Mega Geek 100% here that it all begins with the writer. It always starts with the writer. That's brilliant. Chibs, how the hell he got the job? It would be fascinating. No, to kind of dabble into the backstory.
Yeah, they were drunk. We already know how he got the job. Chibnall actually and Moffat actually tell the story. So they're all at a big end of the year get together, a big piss up, and no, this is the truth. This is what he says. He kept asking Chris Chibnall through the night to take over, and he kept saying no and no, 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 no. So they got him drunk. And when he got drunk, then he said, "Fuck it, I'll take it." That's exactly how he got the job.
What the hell?
Better case for prohibition I've never heard in my life.
That's how he got the job.
God.
That's how they got the job. That's how he got the job. They all had a piss up.
You know, I like that. I like that.
And he said, right, because he wouldn't do the Christmas special. So the agreement was, Moffat says, right, if you do the series, I'll do the Christmas special, and you can just then do your series. And of course, yeah, they did.
Oh, Jesus.
They got him drunk. So that's how he got his
That
job.
explains a lot.
Look, he was, people don't know this, but he was offered the job after RTD left, and he turned it down even then. So I don't know. You know, it is a funny story, and you know what? If Moffat hadn't actually come out and said something in an article about it, we would never have known about it. But even if you didn't, you wouldn't believe it because it's Chris Chibnall. I mean, you look at just the way he's ran Doctor Who into the ground, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got it when he was locked out of his head, because there's no way. Look at
To be honest with you, no.
Up to RTD shadow or Stephen Moffat's shadow, and I think he knew that. They got him drunk. He took it on, and that's why he tried something different, because he couldn't write like the rest of them. He doesn't know how to do it. Even Series 12, when he did go back to Detroit, they'll test it, bringing Cybermen back, Captain Jack, whatever, it didn't work because he's not capable of writing. Even Captain Jack's cameo itself was a bit weird. It just didn't feel like Captain Jack, and that's the main big thing for me. Mega Geek agrees with you, Sanctuary Geeks. He agrees with you that if Jodie was better directed and given better scripts, then she could be passable.
I do think that's it. You know, it's. I think that's it. It has to be the writing. The writing is the fundamental flaw of all of this.
Yeah.
You know, it was the same in the Colin Baker years, the same in the Sylvester McCoy years. You look at season 26, which I'm just currently watching on the Blu-ray, and the improvements there in that final season are immense. And McCoy in his first year sucks. McCoy, you know, but it's not him necessarily sucks. It's the scripts he's been given. And there is the improvement. Maybe that could happen to Jodie. Maybe there's an Andrew Cartmel that can come in and clean up this mess. Yeah. But I would say it's 10% Jodie, and the rest is all chips. He has fucked this up so bad, and that poor woman is taking the brunt of this, and she's done a fair bit as well. You are right, Noel. I mean, when she said it celebrates the white male gaze and all that rubbish, I didn't like that. I think she was talking. Chibs, man, he's the boss, and he's doing what the BBC talent do, and he's bending them backwards for him.
It's Chris Chibnall's the enemy here. Jodie Whittaker was given the role. Yes, she made a few mistakes along the way, but I don't blame her for what Chris Chibnall did with Canon. I mean, look, he's the writer. He's the guy responsible. But I do believe for this show to continue in some way, or for it to even try and heal with its audience, it needs to get rid of Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker, the composer, everybody all the way down. Every single one of them a clear out. It has to be done. You have to do it again. Chris Chibnall did it when he came in. It must happen again. Yeah. You know what? Nicholas Briggs was one of those people, but after what he's at the saying there, and I will say this though, he's like David Tennant and the rest of them. They probably feel obliged. They have to say something. They are working for the BBC, let's not forget, or they have worked for the BBC in the past. So there is some loyalty there, and they have to be seen to be loyal because, you know, BBC do pay some of their wages. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but if Big Finish starts going down that route, then that's the time to start calling a halt to Big Finish. I wouldn't even buy the classic stuff. If you're going to do the same with the TV show and not buy any merchandise as a protest, well then, if Big Finish... Now, he has said there's no immediate plans, right? And hopefully there never is going to be any immediate plans for this pile of crap. Because I'm being honest with you, I don't want Jodie Whittaker audios. I don't want to see that woman on screen again, to be honest with you, in a Doctor Who costume, right? Because all she is a cosplay doctor. She's a bad one at that, right? Even at the end of that episode, the Timeless Children, what? You're not David Tennant, so stop being like your so-called best mate, right? You're Jodie Whittaker. Where's your personality, right? This is the thing.
She's got no personality.
She actually obviously doesn't have a personality, which is the sad thing. Actually begs the question how she's married if she's no personality. Unless her husband has no personality either.
No.
Yeah.
No, but the way to actually enjoy Jodie, I found as the Doctor, there's some brilliant 13 Doctor fan video tributes on YouTube. Have a look at them, mate. You'd be very surprised. They actually do show some of the best bits of Jodie's. You'll probably laugh at that, but there's a channel which I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But honestly, mate, they're brilliant music video tributes to her. And if you can, and also if you look at her clips, like in isolated clip, that I will say, Noel, that it really does show Jodie to be quite capable, given if she had better writing, is the scene in Resolution where she faces off against the Dalek in the TARDIS, and she goes, "Say that again to my face." It's really good. It's a really, really good performance. The rest of the story sucks. The dire, the Dalek design is terrible, but in that brief few seconds, Noel, she does show something. There is a doctorness there to her. Tennant, it's certainly not on the level of Tom Baker, not even close, or Matt Smith, but it is there. And the way I find to kind of get it out of her is to watch some of those fan video tributes that are out there, because there's some really good ones.
Yeah. I don't know. If I'm on my deathbed dying of the coronavirus, I will.
I don't know. I have to. I'm sorry, Sanctuary. I have to wholeheartedly disagree with you. You seem like a nice guy, but I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you, mate.
That's fine, mate. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
I think you're right, though, Sanctuary. It's the writing. I mean, what did it say about the writing? When I'm sitting there, I watched Spyfall Part 2, and the best thing I could say about Spyfall Part 2 is that they didn't do what Gary Nerdrotic said he was terrified they were going to do with that one particular character when he heard who that one World War II character was. Best thing I can say about it, they didn't go there. They didn't go that place that nobody's allowed to mention. The best thing I can say about Spyfall Part 2, my heart dropped when I realised they'd gone to Paris. I knew who they were going to bring in, and I knew who the character really was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best thing I can say about it was, well, at least they didn't actually go all the way there.
Yeah, they didn't go all the they didn't do what they did with Rosa. They didn't do what they did in the Rosa Parks episode, which for me is kind of when I realised, oh crap, Doctor Who's in. The Rosa Parks episode was just shocking. It was on a whole other level of badness. And I've never actually watched. I've never finished series 11 after that. I've never seen the season finale. I tuned in for Resolution because it was the Dalek, and after that, I was like, oh my god, this is horrendous. And then with Spyfall,
I actually agree with some of the comments in the chat.
It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah. Someone in the chat says Joe Martin wiped the floor with her in just 15 minutes. Jodie, going to be joking about Jodie Whittaker's acting. It's a joke. Joe Martin wiped the floor with her in 15 minutes.
I agree with that.
I agree. I know, and Mega Geek agrees with you, but I would have to actually say too, I actually agree with that. I think 15 minutes, Joe showed more about her as the Doctor than Jodie Whittaker did in 2 seasons, and that's
I mean, I would have to agree with you, because basically, I think Joe Martin has a bit more personality and a bit more about other than what Jodie Whittaker has, because Jodie Whittaker is a plank of wood, in my opinion.
Rebecca Gold says Joe Martin is wrong for the Doctor. I do agree with you. She is the Council of State Doctor, but that Council of State Doctor is better than the Doctor that we have gotten. I'm no way here saying that the Doctor should be female. I do still think that it's a male role, and I should go back to that. But in 15 minutes, I think she showed more about her than Jodie Whittaker. Listen, some will agree to disagree. That's fine. But listen, guys, we have just finished up now. We've came towards the end of time for tonight, but I just want to make a couple of announcements before we go. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a gaming stream. It won't be for a while. It'll probably be about an hour, 2 hours from now. I don't know what to do now. I don't know whether to continue with the Black Ops, because I know the video will be taken down, and just do it because people can join me. So if you want to join me for a gaming stream, subscribe to the Mega Geek channel and come and join me for some late night gaming and a bit of chat. I've got the earphones sorted out now, so you will hear me this time. What else have we got? What day is it tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Well, technically Friday.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do Thursday, but we'll be definitely on Friday. Saturday, then I think we're back on the Rabbi channel. And then Sunday back here. Guys, just before you briefly go, just give you our YouTube channels again. And Chris is, as we speak, and is actually throwing the links up as well. But just give you our channels another shout out. And if you have anything up and coming on the channel, let us know.
Well, today I just done my, well, I did a down the video, so check that out, and I'll at some point, and I'll at some point review, and I will at some point review the story after that called Human Resources, and that, as you probably have guessed, has the Cybermen in it. So that'll be my next. That'll be my next review that'll be coming up.
Great, Sanctuary Geeks.
Yeah, sure, Noel. Thanks very much. Can I just say, first of all, it's been a pleasure to stream. I've absolutely loved talking to you and Daniel and Colin. It's been great. As far as my channel goes, it's early days for it still, but there's a lot of documentaries. Me and my friend are actually working on a documentary that we've been working really hard at, and it's basically called Doctor Who 1963 to 2017, and it's got a lot in there, opinions you may. And we're working on that, putting it together, some stop motion animation films. And I can look up the confidence, get my mush on there, some reviews in the near future.
Nice one. Colin, do you have a YouTube channel? And if you do you have any Doctor Who content on it or whatever it is? Do you want to plug your channel?
No, the only reason I've got a channel is so I can actually watch YouTube, so I had to have one to do that. I don't actually do content. I might one of these days, might think of something to do, but not at the moment, no.
You should, to be honest. I'd encourage, even Gary over in Neurotics is encouraging people, if that's something that you are interested in doing, is setting up a YouTube channel, we would most certainly encourage it. We need more voices, so the more voices there are out there, the better, I suppose. But yeah, do it when you can. I mean, look at Daniel now. He's grand. You remember the very first time Daniel was ever on a live stream or a live chat and how nervous he was, and now look how confident he is now. The more you do it, the more confident you get, Colin.
Well, I must admit, I'm used to talking to a lot of people want to do reenactments, so there is that.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you have some background, so you should be fine. You should be fine. It'd be worth checking out anyway. You know, I will say it's not easy though, you know, because once you start uploading, then you'll realize pretty quick, you know, a lot of work does go into a YouTube channel. But look, once you get up to the monetization stage, I'm telling you, it's worth the effort, you know, because all your hard work pays off, and you know, people start recognizing that, and it's great. I mean, every time, even if I got, even when I get like a £2 super chat, it doesn't matter what it is, any small, it blows me away. Do you know what I mean? And but I'm at the burn of me toast, I can smell it. Oh shit. Yeah, it just blows you away because it validates all your hard work. You know, it means that you're reaching people. So I love doing this. And guys, listen, Colin, thanks for coming on first time. We will be doing this again. I will try now that I know how to do it. If we don't have a panel, obviously, or the panel can't make it for some reason, I will do that. Just throw it in the chat and see who joins.
Yeah, thanks. I wasn't certain if I was going to have to download anything or not, but it's just like connected. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be for starters.
Yeah. Well, you seem to be fine. Your connection's been fine there all night now. I have to be honest. So it's handy enough once you know what you're doing. I mean, trust me, when I first started, I hadn't got a clue, mate. I was doing my videos. All my early videos are on my phone. I did all my early videos on my phone. I used to upload off my phone. It was mad. Have you seen the way I used to have my live stream set up before I got this crowd? It's ridiculous. I used to use my phone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So, you know, listen, lad, pleasure having you all on. Daniel, thanks for
Good to
joining.
talk to you all, guys. Long last.
Yeah.
Good night, Sanctuary Geeks. Nice having you on. We'll get you on again soon. Promise that.
Thanks, Noel. It's been
And
an
Colin,
absolute pleasure, Noel. And can I just as well, Cheryl and hi, Ted. Cheryl, you're amazing. And Teddy, you're...
yay.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks for those kind words. And Colin,
Hi,
listen,
Joel, if you're still there.
thanks for coming on.
Good night.
It's been an honor having you on, especially, mate. It's always nice to talk to a fan that has been there from the very beginning. You know, it's because it is what people out there, and I'll just finish by this. As you know, I've had me few little troubles over the last couple of days, but what has been most striking is for me is that there's people out there that are willing to belittle others because they show some emotion towards this show. When I have people like Colin on, it brings it right home because he's been there from the very beginning. Now, I know I got upset, and I was expecting a few people to slag me, but 99.9% of the reaction has been positive. People have actually texted me to make sure I'm all right and I'm not going to jump out a window or something. Like, seriously, the genuine concern of people has been a few bad apples out there that belittle fans like us. So I want to just say to fans like you, Colin, thank you, because without you in the early days, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about Doctor Who today. So we owe you. So thank you.
You're welcome. These idiots that ask us why we get so emotional, well, do you understand what the word fan is? And slightly wrong word, the word fan is fanatic.
Yes.
So, you know, might explain why we get so thoroughly into things.
Exactly. Listen, they'll never understand, and that's what makes us stand out more than they ever will. Listen, guys, thanks for joining me. I really have to go now because Cheryl always says it takes about 15-20 minutes to say goodbye. So I'm actually going to say goodbye. What I mean, thank you to all my moderators, Chris, and all the other guys that were working away there for throwing all the channels are up there as well. To all my guests, thank you. To everybody that contributed with a super chat and in the chat, I thank you all. I leave you with, of course, the Doctor Who outro. Good night, folks.
Good night, everyone. Good night, chat.
Night.
We'll work out how to stop this.
Night, Noel. Say night. Bye-bye.